All right, let's talk about something that a lot of us see as this huge hurdle, standardized English tests. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if these tests aren't a barrier, but actually a key? The key, in fact, that can unlock a global gateway to your future. Let's dig into that. So, you've probably pictured it, right? Studying at some historic university in Europe, or maybe launching your career in a buzzing city like New York or London. That dream of studying, working, and just living abroad, it's a really powerful one. It's about new experiences, bigger opportunities, and seeing what you're really made of. But here's the reality check. You're not the only one with that dream. Not by a long shot. Thousands, maybe even millions, of other brilliant, ambitious people want the exact same thing. So put yourself in the shoes of an admissions officer for a second. They're staring at a massive pile of applications. How you, from thousands of miles away, prove that you have the skills to not just get by, but to actually thrive? Well, the answer is a kind of universal proof, a standardized way to show what you can do, a way that every university, every company, everywhere in the world can understand and, more importantly, trust. And that's precisely what a standardized English test is. This isn't just another exam you cram for. It's an objective, super carefully designed assessment that's recognized all over the globe. You can think of it like a quality stamp for your language skills. And it's a stamp that some of the most important institutions, universities, employers, even governments really rely on. Let me put it this way. You could write on your application, "I'm great at English." And you might be. But how does someone across the world verify that? It's totally subjective. A test score, though, that's objective proof. It's a number that means something specific, something globally understood. It just takes all the guesswork out of it for them. So, where does this proof get you? Well, the very first and probably most common door these tests open leads straight into the world of international education. A good score basically becomes your academic passport. For a lot of top-tier universities, it's not just a nice-to-have, it's a non-negotiable requirement just to get your application looked at. But it's more than just getting in. High scores can be the deciding factor for getting you those really competitive scholarships and funding. They can even open up opportunities to join global research projects, proving you're ready to jump into the academic conversation from day one. But hey, the journey doesn't just stop at graduation. That very same key opens a whole different set of doors, this time in the professional world. And wow, the difference it makes is huge. You can see it right here. The number and quality of career opportunities you have access to just explodes once you have that official, undeniable proof of your English skills. You go from being a local candidate to a truly global contender. And in the real world, what does that look like? While we're talking about clearing major hurdles for things like work visas, it means your resume actually gets noticed by those big multinational companies. It gives you the credibility to lead teams that are spread all over the world. And yep, it often leads directly to a bigger paycheck. Okay, so after hearing all that, it's pretty easy to think it all just boils down to one thing, right? Hitting that magic number on a test. But is that the whole picture? Is it really just about the score? You can probably guess the answer is no, not at all. The test itself isn't the finish line. It's just a crucial part of a much bigger, more important journey. Think of the test as a bridge. It's what connects all your hard work and preparation to actually succeeding when you get where you want to go. This whole journey really has three parts. First, you build the skills. While you're studying for the test, you're not just learning tricks. You're developing the real-world reading, writing, and speaking skills you'll use every single day. Second, you prove that ability. That's the test. It's your moment to validate all that hard work. And it's that proof that gets you to step 3, actually succeeding abroad, whether that's nailing a presentation in class or closing a huge international deal. You know, it all comes back to this one simple idea. The test, that's just a tool. The language itself, that ability to connect, to understand, and to share ideas with people from totally different backgrounds, that is the real power. That's what unlocks the world. So that global future you're dreaming of, it's not locked away. The gateway is right there and it's waiting for you. You just need the right key. So the only question left is, are you ready to open it?